Alrighty then. I did promise you guys a video on Monday. I posted Thursday afternoon that my PC broke. I actually booted up my PC and was going to make a video for you guys last week Thursday for the Warriors Den recap, and my PC didn't work, so waited out the weekend for that one, got it fixed up, and here we are. So now that life's out of the way and not gonna interfere with this video, we have a roadmap and the testing grounds update. The testing grounds update will be out of the way first here. It is very small. All they did was they changed that Centurion can no longer infinitely pin with Eagle's Talon. Pretty much day one, people found that out, that if you just use 2 Centurions at once, you could Eagle's Talon somebody over and over and get it before they stand up again, giving you infinite Eagle's Talons. Or as infinite as you can get from stamina anyways. We did cover the training grounds last time I posted a video, so we have all of the information for what the training grounds entail and the changes that we'll be seeing. Last week was the start of the back to school character sales. They have a couple of executions, emotes, outfits of all rarities, signatures, ornaments, and effects on sale. It's largely the first of each batch, so old executions, old emotes, old outfits, old signatures, all of those are on sale for a pretty significant discount. If you're interested in them, I would definitely check them out, because there's some good picks that you can pick up this week for 3,000 steel on executions. Great for the 7,000 executions they normally are. As a reminder, if you haven't played Testing Grounds, go ahead and play at least one Dominion match in Testing Grounds before the end of the week here, or before Thursday, so within the next 3 days. This will give you some additional steel. It's 3,000 to the winning faction, I think 1,500 to the second place, and 1,000 to the losers. Free steel, go contribute. And then as the final bit of information, we have the September roadmap. So the events we missed are only the 5th, which was a new arcade map, and then on the 12th, coming up here when the testing grounds end, we will be getting a title update. This will be Year 3, Season 3, Title Update 2. So I'm pretty sure this is the mid-season patch. A little weird because it's not quite mid-season yet, but here we are. And we will have a Ranked Slayer challenge that weekend, so you can go in and get some ranked rewards. As usual, they are pretty common event weekends. And then the following week, we will be getting the event for Yomengan. With this, we should see a new set of weapons, we should see some cosmetic outfits, and a new mask effect. That's what we've been getting for all of the previous ones, and we should also be getting a weekly arcade quest that fits the theme of that event. And speaking of arcade events, if any of you remember from the past events, the optimal way to farm has been to play gray quests or high tier quests in arcade mode. This will get you the most event loot the quickest. And then the same story is back with Sakura's event. We do have an extra loot fest that should be happening on the 27th. That should, and I say should, align with the second week of the event, giving us some extra loot fest to earn the event weapons and all of the event cosmetics. Perfect time to pick up a week of champion status and just grind these all out. Champion status does give you a bonus to your event loot, so you'll get the cosmetics that much faster. As we know back with the Sakura event, the extra loot fest didn't actually happen, so hopefully this one does happen, because I would love to pick up all of Yomengan's cosmetic effects that we'll be getting. I did miss out on a couple of Sakuras, or really a lot of them. And then that does end the month of September with the extra loot fest that we'll be having. And I'm pretty sure that wraps up everything there is to talk about this week, at least on the news side of things. On the non-news side of things, we have the testing grounds and feedback forum. I've played these a little bit. I haven't played a lot of it because, lost my computer for a weekend. On top of that, it's for heroes I don't normally play. So I dabbled in it, gave it a little bit of a go, tried the heroes, see if I like them. And honestly, Gladiator didn't get some of the changes that they said they were going to give them, such as the 433 and 466 millisecond lights. Those aren't actually functional. That said, the other changes that they gave to Gladiator are looking pretty nice. I'm not huge into Gladiator, so I only dabbled a little bit. I'm enjoying the changes, and it looks to be the right direction for me. If they gave him the faster lights, I think I would enjoy him a little more, as it seems to be just the small push that he needs to be competitive in mid to high tier. Not exactly competitive tier, but, the 50% to, say, top 15%. And that said, I mean, once you start getting into that 15% anyways and going up from the 15 to the 0%, I have no idea how to play at that level, so I'm not exactly a good judgment of character. Then we have Centurion, who saw more changes. He actually saw the most changes out of anybody for this testing grounds phase, with a fairly significant overhaul. They did completely rework how his jab works. However, I don't think it's quite enough for it to matter, because it still seems to miss based on dodges and doesn't have a whole lot of pressure that it already didn't have. So if you're good enough to dodge it before, you're still good enough to dodge the new one, and I'm not thinking that's too strong of a change. It doesn't change anything on his higher tier play. However, it does simply make him a stronger noob stomper than he already was, and he was already pretty good at stomping noobs. So it's definitely a step in the right direction. I'm loving the testing phases. I'm really glad that they're doing this testing ground stuff so that everybody can experience these changes and give their feedback on them. And I'm really hoping that this next Thursday, this title update, isn't actually the one that puts these in the game, because they do need a little bit more refinement. And given what they told us about the testing grounds, they can do that little bit of refinement really easy, so I'm glad about that. This should be huge for us. That said, these are two characters that I'm not super familiar with and don't play that often, so I would love for you guys who have a little bit more experience with them to give me some feedback. What do you think? I'm just curious. What are your opinions on these, now that we've got them in hand and we've been able to play them for a minute? Are these a step in the right direction? Do you think these are wrong? They shouldn't be happening? Is there something you would add to them to make them just that little bit sweeter? With all of that, I do believe I'll be signing off here. As always, thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you on the battlefield.
Incontinent!